clients love Cannes, and our people love Cannes too. And winning awards at Cannes is recognition of clients and recognition of our people, of all the hard work, thoughtfulness, creativity that they represent. And at the end of the day, the investment we make, which each year is about $10 billion in one way or another, is in people who produce great creativity. And by the way, creativity not in a narrow sense of the creative department of a legacy advertising agency, but across even financial people can sometimes be creative. So it celebrates creativity, and I think that's very important, as I say, to clients and to people. And to give Terry and his crew credit, I think it's become even more important in the context. We see more clients coming here. As you get bigger, clients, and it applies to all organizations, as they get bigger, people think, they perceive that things get worse. So clients might perceive that the bigger an agency gets, the worse it gets. Clients might perceive, or people might perceive, that the bigger an agency gets, the less care we have, the more bureaucratic they become, and we suffer from all of that. The only area where scale means something, I think, in terms of economies of scale, is media buying, not even media planning. So the trick, I think, is to try and keep it messy. The 21st century is not for tidy minds, and we're not living in a General Motors, Alfred P. Sloan 1920s General Motors structure. What we're living in is a network structure which is inherently very messy, and of course technology enables it to be even messier than we thought possible. The other thing is that creative people, the better they are, the more difficult they are to deal with. The easy people to deal with are the weak people. It's like weak companies. I mean, I think it would be arrogant, just as is arrogant for people in London or New York to think that they're the center of creativity. It would be extremely arrogant for anybody in a legacy agency, and I'm using that word deliberately, to believe that the creative department is the be-all and end-all. The reason that media independence grew and flourished so well was because so-called full-service agencies didn't treat them with respect. They didn't get the corner offices, they didn't get the Ferraris, they didn't get the salary increases and the bonuses. What they got was, a position in the new business presentation that might fall off the back of the presentation because there wasn't enough time. So I think we have to treat all of these functions with greater respect. And research gets pitiful. It doesn't get any exposure here in Cannes. I think there should be a research section. There is creativity in research. If you look at AKQA, which we're delighted that they've become part of the group as of today, or will do subject to regulation. A good example. The work that Wonderman, that G2, that Ogilvy 1, the work that are Helen Knowlton or Burson or Conan Wolfe or Ogilvy PR. I mean, all that they all do merits recognition. And clients can be equally proud of those Grand Prix or Lions or whatever than they can of the classic TV ads. That's, still the noise is about that. But, video, the opportunity to be creative in terms of social networks, video, search, it's phenomenal. They are the leading independent agency, and they've grown organically. They've shown strong growth by fostering and establishing existing relationships and adding new business. Usually once or twice a year they add a big growth client. So they've done extremely well, highly regarded, mixture of very strong creativity with appreciation of technology and application of technology. I mean, I think one of the biggest issues in our business is that we don't find people, we don't incentivize them properly, we don't motivate them properly. We don't, in particular, recruit. We have to build a more professional attitude towards recruitment and training. Absolutely fundamental. The Cannes debate on midday is great fun, and we've had really tremendous people. We've got two tremendous people on Friday. We're going to talk about these live sporting events. So we have Seb Coe, Lord Coe. I'm only a humble knight. He's a noble lord. Lord Coe, who's running the Olympics in London, and we have Ronaldo, not the Ronaldo, the Portuguese Ronaldo, the Brazilian Ronaldo, the man who scored more World Cup goals and who is immensely intelligent. And and he's really interesting to talk to about the World Cup. And of course, you know, he's very much in the forefront with the CBF now in Brazil, and the World Cup, you know, which has got some challenges, just like London had challenges, and they've managed it, I think, brilliantly. So we're going to discuss the importance of the Olympics, the importance of the World Cup, these events that stimulate advertising spending. We're going to talk about the power of these events. We're going to talk about the digitization. Some people talk about the London Olympics being the first digital Olympics. I don't think that's fair. I think it'll just be another, it will go to another level, and we'll talk about a cashless Olympics, you know, and so all sorts of interesting things around these live sporting events, which are such an important thing. And the thing is, you know, post-Lehman, the most remarkable thing I think post-Lehman is firstly the change in corporate behaviour, becoming much more careful, but also the fact that television hours have actually risen. You know, we would have bet after that Lehman weekend in September 2008 that the number of hours we watched TV was going to go down. It hasn't. Both legacy TV and new TV, new screens, iPads, etc., smartphones have risen. So we've got twin peaks here. We've got the digital peak, and we've got, in a way, the traditional peak. And the Olympics and the World Cup are emblematic of all that stuff.